All right, welcome back. We continue live right here, Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompiani, Paul Zeiss. Let's go out to Derek, who joins us on line one. Hello, Derek.
Hi, Bob. Hey, we picked up another player from San Jose. He got drafted to Pittsburgh. Is that true or not?
I didn't understand the beginning of what you said, Derek. Repeat that.
From Jose, it's a player. He got drafted.
Patrick Marleau. That's who you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be on their third line, Derek. So it'll be interesting. It leads into an interesting conversation. Thanks for the call, and that would be how you assess what the teams in the Metropolitan Division did, because I thought all got better. They added big names. I was quite surprised that Florida gave up on Trocheck, knowing they gave Bobrovsky $10 million. They're only 2 points out of third place, which is a playoff spot in the Atlantic Division, and yet they gave away a really productive player
to Carolina.
To Carolina.
And that makes that team a little bit, I tell you, wouldn't it be ironic if the Penguins lose to the Capitals in 7 games because Daniel Sprong scores 15 goals or something? You know what I mean? Like, he goes crazy in a series.
I would say he'd go to Washington and star for Hershey, because that's where he'll probably end up. But how about if that did happen? He has a lot of potential. He always has. He just can't figure out how to play 200 feet of hockey.
Yeah.
But I also thought Pajot was a good pickup by the Islanders. Didn't lose a player, at all here. They added a guy to a really good group of guys. I think Carolina, in addition to Trocheck with Sami Vatanen, they improved their blue line, which is pretty deep. It's not going to be easy trying to get out of the Metropolitan Division, Paul.
And we talked about not just the Metropolitan Division, the East. Because Tampa and Boston both made moves,
They did.
And then, what I'm saying, both of them got better too.
Yeah, they both
So
did.
You look at it, it's going to be difficult to really, navigate through 3. And here's the thing that could happen too. Whoever gets through the East could be so beat up and worn down and tired that they end up losing to a team that's inferior to them from the West.
Yeah, I think really only St. Louis. You could maybe throw Colorado if they get hot in there. There are not that many teams in the West that I would look at and say, okay, watch out for them. Instead, they all reside in the Eastern Conference. And I would put that number at 5 teams right now that are, you can make an argument that they would all get there. So, which brings us real quick to March Madness. Before I go here, Paul, I want to get your take on this, because tonight we saw something very interesting. Duke had a 9-point lead over Wake Forest with 1:15 left, and they lost in double overtime. Duke, there is no clear-cut number. I watched last night West Virginia look bad again. Yeah. Penn State has lost 2 in a row. When you look out west, you see Gonzaga losing, San Diego State. Who is going to win the NCAA tournament? It could be
every
anyone.
night I have a different opinion of who's real. For instance, I'll give you a good example. Louisville, right?
Right.
But Louisville has to play a certain game in order to win. If they can play their game the way they want.
So does Florida State.
You know what I mean? In the style of game they want to play, they could win. But are they going to be able to do that 6 times in a row? Probably not. Duke, to me, is not good enough defensively. And I think that they still have that rookie freshman factor.
Right.
There's just too many teams with too many flaws, if you ask me.
It's going to be a wild NCAA March Madness, and that's going to do it for us tonight. Our thanks to Paul Zeiss. Join us tonight, KDK TV Sports at 11. Again, Kevin Colbert speaks. So does Bill Cowher at the Hall of Fame. Good night, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow.